Okay, finally. Oh, it's me, Katrina Winchester, and it's been a couple days since my last live stream. I've been watching the news a little bit here and there, and last time I came on, I talked about a few things that are happening right now, and so I've taken some time to think about it and watch a little bit more and see what happens next. I think last time I talked about Afghanistan and COVID and the racial and sexist behavior that is just like it bloomed like mushrooms overnight, like, and then some things that I had to do myself because of what's happening here in the United States in the form of like complaints that I've filed and some things that have happened to me recently. But today I wanted to talk again about this Texas abortion ban. And I wanted to know if any of you viewing this live stream are aware of the fact that there are other states considering following suit. There are North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and South Carolina. These are GOP represented states in our government. And this is the problem that I'm having with all of that. It's really everyone's being sexist. I see everyone being sexist about it, about the Texas abortion ban. And I would just like to point out at this time that you people really need to straighten out this concept that you have. I'm watching a lot of males, on social media, men on males on social media responding in a very sexist way. And you need to wake up. You all need to wake up. This ban bans all abortion in Texas, pretty much. And none after 6 weeks. This ban in Texas bans almost all abortions across the board. And any abortion after 6 weeks gestation. Women don't regularly know they are pregnant until after this time. Unless she is trying to get pregnant. in the first place. Okay? If she's used ovulation predictors, or even if she didn't and was just trying to get pregnant in the first place. Because for women, a skipped period isn't anything that is so unusual that we don't, collectively speaking, know what that means. It can happen. It can and does happen to all women. Sometimes. Doesn't mean you're pregnant. Four weeks would be when you'd suspect, on average, if you suspected at all. If you started as a woman that you had gotten pregnant. It can be another 2 to 3 weeks after that day before you really start to get worried if your period hasn't come. So what I'm saying is simple. Men get women pregnant. So why are you all being so sexist? Women, our sexual reproductive cells, the ovum or egg cells, they don't come out of our bodies. Not by themselves or naturally. While they are still viable. In order for a doctor to remove, they call it harvest. They even call it harvest egg cells from a woman. They have to do surgery on her and use a needle to extract the ovum at the end from the ovary that is finer than the thickness of a baby's hair. One hair. It's the needle is even finer than that. To get the eggs out without harming them and killing them. Oh, that's too many letters. Hang on. With a needle finer than a baby's head hair. Than a hair. Let's put it that way. To get our eggs to come out for in vitro fertilization. Men's bodies aren't this way. And any baby in a mother's tummy had to have sperm to make it a baby at all. Sperm that comes out of men's bodies. And can be viable. Even though it's a short window, can be viable after it is from the father's body. So if I was a man, I'd be worried. I'd be even more worried. Also, women automatically know that they are the mother of a baby they are pregnant with. So I'm reading all this social media and watching commentary go down and the sexism here. You people aren't being smart at all. Acting like it's just a woman's issue. So this is what I wrote, my notes when I was looking into it. What happened with the ban in Texas? Texas Senate Bill 8, the Texas abortion ban. Other states considering following suit: North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and South Carolina. These are GOP-led states. It bans abortion after 6 weeks. So they're thinking 2 weeks after the first missed period. It also bans almost all abortions in Texas anyway. If you're going to have one, you have to have one before 6 weeks. So what I'm saying is, what woman out there finds out that she's pregnant that quickly, within 1 month exactly of missing her period, getting diagnosed, going to the doctor, being checked and shown that she is pregnant by a physician, and then deciding to make her appointment, getting the money that she needs to pay for it, and then going and getting the abortion within 6 weeks. That wouldn't be a woman who was surprised by the fact that she got pregnant that month. Trust me. That wouldn't be a woman was surprised at getting pregnant that month. That'd be a woman. That would be a woman expecting to get pregnant that month. Who can get all that, right? She'd be buying her pee stick in advance. Did it take? She'd be she'd be the woman buying her pee sticks in advance of her date for Friday. Okay, not one whose birth control failed. Even if the birth control was a condom. So anyway, what I wrote was, women need more time to decide. and also to confirm professionally with a doctor that she's pregnant and consult professionally with a doctor about health concerns and other concerns and make decisions based on her own adult agency and or also her relationship with the father or suspected father. She would need time for counseling if desired, and among professionals, and with her family and friends and support system. 6 weeks isn't long enough to do all that. Besides, like I said, women don't get themselves pregnant all by themselves. Men get women pregnant. This Texas abortion ban is unconstitutional and sexist. It also helps human traffickers, human sex traffickers, and child human sex traffickers get what they want out of their victims, no matter what age or sex you are. Hello? Wake up. So anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you. No, but we can do something about it. We definitely need to do something. No, that can be handled. So anyway, I said I'd read a poem. This is a poem by Jimmy Durham. It's called Columbus Day. In school, I was taught the names Columbus, Cortez, and Pizarro, and a dozen other filthy murderers. A bloodline all the way to General Miles, Daniel Boone, and General Eisenhower. No one mentioned the names of even a few of the victims. But don't you remember Chasky, whose spine was crushed so quickly by Mr. Pizarro's boot? What words did he cry into the dust? What was the familiar name of that young girl who danced so gracefully that everyone in the village sang with her before Cortez's sword hacked off her arms as she protested the burning of her sweetheart? That man's name was Many Deeds, and he had been a leader of a band of fighters called the Red Stick Hummingbirds, who slowed the march of Cortez's army with only a few spears and stones, which now lay still in the mountains. And remember, Green Rock Woman was the name of that old lady who walked right up and spat in Columbus's face. We must remember that. And remember Laughing Otter, the Taino, who tried to stop Columbus and who was taken away as a slave. We never saw him again. In school, I learned of heroic discoveries made by liars and crooks. The courage of millions of sweet and true people was not commemorated Let us then declare a holiday for ourselves and make a parade that begins with Columbus's victims and continues even to our grandchildren who will be named in their honor. Because isn't it true that even the summer grass here in this land whispers those names, and every creek has accepted the responsibility of singing those names? And nothing can stop the wind from howling those names around the corners of the school. Why else would the birds sing so much sweeter here than in other lands? This is also a poem by Jimmy Durham. It's called "A Woman Gave Me a Red Star to Wear on My Headband." We say that a loon, most graceful and dark of all water birds, sings a song that makes stars fall onto its back. And that is why a loon has those white spots. The people sing for changes. In the history of my people, it is found in 1833, stars fell. In a list of great events, such as in 1814, we won a battle against the soldiers. The people remember changes. It is known that we collected the iron of meteors and made of it knives like birds, and impressed into the red hot knife blades patterns of stars. Star knives from that time are displayed in museums of the Americas, but the Americans know nothing about patterns. The people search for changes. The Comanche chief Quanah followed the cult of water bird dreamers, and in his old age painted stars on his roof. A Comanche friend of mine goes all over the hemisphere collecting what he calls indigenous red stars, woven into blankets, painted on leather, spoken of in stories, thought of. The people prepare for changes. And don't forget Saturday, they have planned in Washington, D.C. Planned and gotten their permit to protest. And these people are calling it their insurrectionist protest. In the media, scheduled for Saturday. Washington, D.C. So anyway.